Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we have a special one. Steamforged Games sent us an early copy of their 2-player starter set for Warmachines. This set includes two 30-point armies for Khador and Signar, along with a sprue of some scatter terrain. The box includes a little mini poster with 2 QR codes to take you to download the digital rules, which are completely free, as well as the build instructions for the armies. The terrain that is included are 2 little water features, as well as 4 little brick walls, 2 designs of each. Even though the build instructions are not included, each one of these sprues are nicely labeled, both with a corresponding letter for the model as well as a number. If you follow the numbers in corresponding order, you can build the models easily in no time. Obviously, being plastic as opposed to the previous 3D resin printed models, these are multi-part. They are monoposed, though some of these characters do include alternate options for effects like gun smoke and a rocket firing out of the rocket launcher. Now we're going to look at the models all completed. Now none of these are on their bases yet because I still haven't figured out a full scheme for most of them. So here is the Khador Warcaster. Looks like it's going to be fun to paint, although all those little axes are going to be fun to figure out. For the hounds, I opted to leave the shields off. This is primarily an optional thing. I want to get them at least primed and based before dealing with trying to paint around the shields on the backside. Sergeant Gran, aka the Jackal. This is one of the models that have alternating effect pieces. I went with the rocket exploding out simply because I think it looks more dynamic and more cinematic. Your mileage may vary, of course. Now, Razor is a character warjack, which means that it does not have any optional build patterns. So the arms and heads are not magnetized like the regular warjacks for the game. But again, for ease of painting use, I did keep the arms separate so that it, like I said, make it easier to paint. To give you an example of the painting of the warjacks, these are 2 previous warjacks that I painted for the game. I'll have the videos for both the paint scheme as well as the basing technique in the description below. For comparison to the 3D printed resin models, this is the Crix Hades character warjack, beautifully sculpted and detailed, again up against Razor. There's really not a loss of detail. They both look absolutely gorgeous in their respective materials. Now for the Signar forces, we begin with Major Alistair Kane. Again, I went with the optional effects for his guns. It just looks more cinematic. Next up, we have the Signar character solo. It is Captain Sebastian Falk. Then we have the Black 13th. It is a 3-model character unit for the Signar. I absolutely love the way the sniper looks with his duster just bellowing in the wind. Finally, for Signar, we have Deuce, the character warjack. Again, like with Razor, I kept his arms separate for ease of painting. last but not least, we have the scatter terrain. There are two different models of brick wall. One in which the wall seems to be in a little bit better repair, and the other missing a plank with some sandbags instead of stone. And then we have a slightly detailed little water pond, maybe a little lake. And with that, a sincere thank you to Steamforged Games for the opportunity to take a look at this.